Welcome to Power Conversations podcast. This podcast features discussions of overcoming by faith and resilience with women who are breaking glass ceilings and excelling to higher heights despite their past circumstances. Brought to you by What's Your Superpower TV channel, we will interview several women from across the globe who have overcome adversity and pushed through to fulfill their purpose. Welcome, everyone, to Power Conversations podcast. I am your host, Nadia Francois, and tonight we are having an amazing book discussion with myself and the authors of Powerful Affirmations for FemPreneurs. Let me bring my sisters on. We have Elizabeth Crawford, Dr. Felicia Young, Denitra Smith, and Monica Jones have joined us. We have a few ladies missing. As they come in, I will add them to the stream, but we will get started with these beautiful ladies. Ladies, let's introduce ourselves. Coach Liz, you can start.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth Crawford, or Coach Liz. I am the CEO of Wisdom and Insights. I'm a certified career and personal development coach. I am a consultant, a national and international best-selling author, an educator, and entrepreneur, and the co-author of the award-winning Powerful Affirmations for FemPreneurs.
Awesome. Dr. Felicia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. Felicia Borski Young. I am the owner of Solutions Counseling Services. I'm a licensed professional Christian therapist. I'm the founder of the 411 for Women Outreach Organization, and I am a best-selling author and co-author of the Powerful Affirmations for FemPreneurs book.
Yes, Miss Denitra.
Hello, I'm Denitra Smith. I'm a native of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm a real estate agent who can provide you all your needs. And I'm also a co-author of the Powerful Affirmation for FemPreneurs book.
Awesome. Welcome. Miss Monica.
Hello. My name is Monica Regina Jones. I am employed with the hospital here, UNC Lenore in Kinston, North Carolina. I'm also an ordained minister, and I am a co-author of the Amazon best-selling book, Powerful Affirmations for FemPreneurs.
Yes. Y'all welcome to the platform. Thank y'all so much for coming. Let me fix our view. There we go. So, ladies, it's a pleasure to have you here. Of course, we have done a few platforms in the last couple of months. And so we definitely had to stop here at Power Conversations podcast so that I can interview you regarding this book. So I'm pulling up my questions and we're going to get started.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. And guys that are viewers, please feel free to share. Y'all you can go to my Facebook page or Aries International Facebook page and share this out.
I'm doing it now. Powerful Affirmations book discussions.
Yes. All right, so y'all ready? Let's do this. So the first question is, what surprised you most about this book? So, Coach Liz, you can start, and we're just gonna go in order, just for confusion's sake. Coach Liz, what surprised you the most about this book?
Well, what surprised me the most about this book was the amount of women that came on board and were willing to be vulnerable and pour out their heart and give us those affirmations that we can use in our everyday lives at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. And they also share intimate prayers in that reflected their commune time that they spend with the Lord. And I thought that was pretty special and surprising for them to be so vulnerable.
Yes, Dr. Felicia.
What surprised me was the rate that the demand for the book. I know we set a goal to be best-selling authors, but then when we reached that goal and then exceeded, we remained at that number one spot for as long as we did. That really just that blew me away. But in addition to that, the book is so well put together, and the powerful testimonies that are coming in lieu of the book. So yeah.
Awesome. Miss Monica.
What surprised me about the book was how quickly it was done. Nadia, you was not playing. I gotta say, you was not playing with us at all. It was done very quickly. It was. I love the cover. It was very professionally done, and it just everything just flowed. So that was one of the things that surprised me the most.
Good, good, good. Mr. Nitra. Unmute for us.
What surprised me the most? You hear me? What
Uh-huh.
surprised me the most was the words that were in the book helped me so much that you just don't realize how others' lives can help you at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, and how your words or my words were able to help others too. So it just surprised me how well-rounded it was and how helpful it was for me and everybody else.
Awesome, awesome. And for me, as the visionary, what surprised me the most was the willingness of you ladies, the co-authors. Of course, it's 23 of us total, but the willingness of everyone to do what they had to do to make the book what it is, right? So, of course, I put it all together. God gave me the vision, but the people that are a part of this, which are you ladies and the rest of our sisters, are what surprised me the most. Being obedient, following through with what you signed up for. Because as a visionary, sometimes it's hard to get people to yield to the instructions, even though they paid for it, right? So that's what surprised me the most. God, that was God. I know it was because He put us together, right? He sent everyone that needed to be on this project, that wanted to be on this project, and made it what it is. So, yes, being able to have some loyal ladies to work with is everything. So, our next question is, who do you want most to read this book? Coach Liz?
I want women who are facing challenges, who may be lost, who just need some encouragement and need some direction. As I stated in another interview, sometimes when you're in the midst of challenges, those tests and trials, you don't know what to say. You don't know the words to put together to bring to God in prayer, or just, to encourage yourself. So this book will help those women find their voice and be able to speak to the Lord and empower themselves.
Yes, yes. Dr. Felicia?
I want every woman who feels like she's in a stuck place. I know the book says for fempreneurs, and I know it says a success tool for kingdom business women. But I think if you're not a businesswoman, if you're just a woman, if you are a woman that manages things, if you're a mother or a wife or a parent, a teacher, anyone that has to manage something, and you find yourself in a stuck place and you need the words. Sometimes we have trouble coming up with the words. We know what we feel, we know how we think, but we don't know how to verbalize it. So I want that woman to read this book.
Absolutely. Miss Monica?
I basically want women that can relate, definitely relate to the different stories that were told, relate to just needing that motivation to get throughout the day. That's basically the women that I would like to read this book.
Awesome. Miss Benitra?
I agree with Dr. Felicia. That there are some women that's stuck out there, don't know how to express themselves, don't think. I don't want them to think that they're by themselves, that others are going through it and have been through it. And just ways to do the affirmations, ways to get through the day sometimes. And you can't go to people sometimes. Sometimes you don't feel comfortable talking to others. So reading a book is a great way to accomplish those things.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yes. And of course, I agree with you all. I think that every woman that has a responsibility in her life, whether it is just herself or a whole family of people or a whole team of people, um, should read this book because it is full of motivation. It is full of prayers and those affirmations, y'all. These affirmations that these ladies submitted to this book or just awesome. Awesome, awesome. They can meet you wherever you are in life. And so that's why I feel, and we all feel, that any woman that needs some encouragement, that like Miss Phoenitra said, if you don't have anyone to go to, you can open this book and it will give you something to look forward to, something to lift you up. So I love it. So, ladies, has writing in this book affected the way you go about your life? And if so, in what way? Coach Liz?
Well, you provided an excellent marketing strategy. Just you gave us all the tools, the tricks and the trade of everything that we could do to market this book. So it has helped me to apply those tips, tools, and techniques, not just to marketing this book, but to almost like marketing myself, marketing every other thing that I have, every other product that I have to present to the world. So just your leadership and your business model for this book, this plan has assisted me in other areas of my life that I never expected would be impacted.
Awesome. Awesome. Dr. Felicia?
After writing this book, and again, the women who come back and say how it changed their lives, I don't take for granted what we have to say, or I don't take for granted when the Holy Spirit is leading me to do something. I don't put it off. I have other things that I'm working on, and I don't put it off because there's somebody in the world waiting to hear what we have to say. Um, I have gotten a chance to develop new relationships with the authors of this book, and then also I have some dear friends in the book that wrote the book with us, and it just solidified those relationships. So I don't take relationships for granted after writing this book.
Yes, absolutely. We have definitely met some wonderful sisters along this journey. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Miss
Miss
Monica.
Monica. Well, the experience with this book, it basically gave me the initiative because I have not written anything in a while. And so it gave me the initiative to start back writing. And it also gave me, it opened a door of opportunity for me to be in another collaboration. So yeah, it was like a domino effect for me. So I'm very grateful for that.
Awesome. Awesome. Good. Mr. Nitra.
So, writing this book, let's see, it changed because I was always had a relationship with God and had positive words to say, but writing this book made me take my affirmations to another level. I say them every day. I say them at night. I look at the book. So it just makes me a more powerful person and closer to God. It really did. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Nadia.
You're welcome. Good, good. And so for me, let me see, what was the question? How did the book, y'all know I was trying to read ahead. Okay, so how has writing this book affected the way you go about your life? So for me, of course, y'all know I'm an only child, so I kind of get in this little shell and go like super hard on everything that I work on. And so with this book, it kind of brought me to a place where I realized that even though my work ethic is like super like over the top, I know I'm over the top, but this book brought me to a place where I had to realize that everything doesn't have to be over the top, right? We made very we made a very large impact with just the simplest of words, right? Like 7 affirmations, a prayer in our favorite scripture. How can this, like, that was the thought process for me after we completed our goal, right? Like, wow, we didn't have to write 1,500 words. We didn't have to, go through a crucial editing process where we had to keep on trying to make things work or make things sound right or any of that. It was just a breeze, to be honest, compared to other projects that I've had to work on. And and for me, that just showed me that not to not be over the top, because I'm gonna always be over the top. That's just me. But not to overthink it, like just let God lead me where it needs to go. Don't overthink it and just work, right? Work on what he brought to me. And so that was a real eye opener, because sometimes we think that if it doesn't have 1,000 words and 1,000 contributors, or all of that extra, that it isn't as effective. But this book definitely showed all of us how powerful our words are in our thoughts, because as Mr. Nitra said, this also brought us closer to God. Like, when we are working for the kingdom, when we are producing products that enhance the kingdom, we have fought a battle that a lot of people do not even show up for. And so with that, we also have to realize the warfare that we may incur, right? So when you start working for the kingdom and doing things that's going to affect and glorify God, who comes? Who comes every time? The enemy. But guess what? With just the words in this book, we can fight him and his team off, and that is powerful all by itself. So that was the effect that it had for me. Thank you, ladies, for answering that question. Our next question. Um, what 3 words What 3 words describe this book? I'm trying to make sure that's the right way. What 3 words would you use to summarize this book? Let's put it that way. That's the correct question. What 3 words would you use to summarize this book, Coach Liz?
3 words I would use to summarize this book: prayer, power, and courage. Or encouragement. Awesome. Prayerful, powerful.
Yeah, all that. Dr. Felicia?
I'm gonna say motivational. It's definitely it's gonna motivate you. I think it's gonna quicken you to realize the power that you have in you. And then I think it's going to kickstart you. It's going to kickstart your life or take you to the next level. Those are my 3 words.
Yes. Miss Monica?
Let's see, my 3 words for the book will probably be equip, elevate, and let me see, and just uplifting. Equip, elevate, and uplifting. Awesome.
Miss Benitra?
So y'all gonna put me last, right? After y'all gave all them good 3 answers.
I'm last.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'll take that. Okay. I would say powerful, of course. What's the word for like open your mind? You know, make your mind. You just make you think more into what you have going on and what you can illuminating. Okay, I like that. And the third one is I have so many that y'all said already. Uplifting. I have to say uplifting again. Yes, it's very uplifting. When you read those words in the book, all you can do is say amen. That's it's just uplifting.
Yes. So I'm actually last. Now let me think about my 3 words. Well, of course, the first word is empowering. The second word is faith. I want to say, I can say fulfilling. How about that? And as opposed to faith, because I need to say 2 words with faith. So empowering, fulfilling, and inspirational are my 3 words. And I like y'all words too. So yeah, we did good with that. We kind of all on the same, points with different expressions. I like that. So, guys, now we all have businesses or missions or what ministries, that's what I'm trying to get out, or ministries that we work with or own, or whatever word you want to use for that. So of course, when we enter projects like these, anthologies and collaborations, of course we want it to affect our brand in a certain way. We have certain expectations that a project as such would bring to our brand. So what were your expectations for this book in your brand? And did the book fulfill them? Why or why not? And do not say that you did not have any expectations. All right. Even if you didn't have any when you signed up, once you got into motion with me, you ended up getting one. So come on with it. And I'm gonna go backwards this time. So I'm gonna
I knew
start.
it.
I'm gonna start with Anitra, and then we go the opposite way.
Okay. So first, my expectation before starting the book, when I first started, my expectations was okay, I'm gonna write this first book. I don't know what I'm doing. I just hope it come out right. Okay. So as going along and Nadia gave us step by step, I was like, wow, this is really about to be a good book. So then my expectations changed. I was like, oh, I really want a lot of people to read this book. This is a very good book. So my expectations was to get the word out as much as I can for people to be uplifted with these words. So that was my expectation. What was the other question? That was a lot. What was the
Just
rest?
did it fulfill your expectation?
Oh yes, it really did. Let's see. It fulfilled my expectations because, well, it really exceeded it because I didn't know how many people, first of all, was going to support it. And then once they supported, how many people passed the word out because they really enjoyed the book. So it really exceeded my expectations.
Awesome. Awesome.
Um,
Miss Monica.
Miss Monica. As for me, let's see. It was it as far as expectation wise, it was a stepping stone for me to start back writing. And it exceeded my expectations because I didn't think I was going to be a part of another collaboration and also starting a book of my own. So it exceeded my expectations. So yeah.
Good, good. So this book, y'all, if y'all didn't hear Miss Monica, she was not writing. And this lady was an author before she signed up for this book. She was an
She was
author
an
of
author of
some
four books. Some
previous publications, 4 books. And I'm gonna just mute you so that I don't echo Miss Monica, but you can definitely chime in. Um, she was an author of 4 books, y'all, before becoming a part of this project. And so she was like, I'm gonna just get in here to test the water, see if it's gonna spark something for me to keep going. And it did. She's like, I didn't seen her signed up for another anthology. And she has also been interviewing and speaking about her parts, not just in this book, but with her other publications and her lifestyle um, on other platforms. So she is breaking out her authorship, and we are super proud of Miss Monica out there in North Carolina. And so now, Dr. Felicia, tell us about your expectations.
Okay, so my expectations were simple. Before I submitted my portion. I just wanted to submit something um, simple. I try to simplify my affirmations so that it could be something that people can just pick up and read or even memorize and just make it a part of their daily routine. But it exceeded my expectations with the prayers that are involved in the book. So not only are we giving them words to speak over their lives, we're giving them prayers to seal the words after they affirm themselves, and so it exceeded my expectations for that. But not only that, when we go on these type of book tours, the marketing, Coach Liz mentioned it earlier, the marketing for the book. So going on these interviews, every time we go on the interviews, and I'm on an interview with my co-authors, I always learn something new. And so it's not just empowering others; it's like I'm being empowered as well along the way. It's good.
Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Coach Liz.
So I believe the question is, how did it meet or exceed my expectations?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, when I signed up with this project, it really aligned with my brand because I am a Christian based business and I am a woman. So that was the first thing. But then to just see how powerful it is to affirm, because I knew about affirmations before and I would typically use an affirmation when I was about to head into something where I felt like I needed to be strengthened. So it wasn't something that I really practice as much as I do now, because now I know the value and the gifting of affirmations. So now I am using them much more, and it has become very common practice, whereas before it wasn't. And I always have prayed, and these prayers are just, it's just incredible to see prayers from other women and from whatever situation I'm facing. I can pick up that book and find a prayer that is going to be attached to the situation, for lack of, I can't think right now, but I can find a prayer that's going to be appropriate enough for this current situation that I'm going through in that book. And then I feel affirmed and I feel empowered. And I do feel inspired by a lot of the prayers and affirmations that the other women have written. So it's been a value to me. So I know it definitely is a value to others. So this is in the marketing, you put that this was a powerful pocket-sized tool, and it is literally just that. So, yeah, I just love it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Y'all, I'm so happy that your expectations were met or exceeded. And I'll just share mine. So, my expectations for the book was to, of course, in everything that I do, is always to empower our female entrepreneurs. And like we said earlier, of course, the book stretches beyond entrepreneurs. But that was my original plan, is for female entrepreneurs to empower other female entrepreneurs, because it's one thing coming from someone that is not walking in it. And so, and it's a whole nother thing when you have people that are leading by example, and are at different levels in business as well. And so my expectations were, like I said, of course, to empower female entrepreneurs, to promote a unity project for Black female authors, and to, of course, create a space where we, as the co-authors, continue to cultivate these relationships that we have created in this project, and to continue to develop and grow together. um like I said, we all come in on different levels of entrepreneurship, and so that was very enlightening for me as a visionary, because I had to meet everyone where they were. It wasn't like everybody jumped in and was on this super high level, or and in the opposite, on the super low level. It was just different levels for everyone. But at the same time, when people are willing to do the work, it makes it so much easier. And so my expectations were definitely exceeded in this project. And I once again thank you all just for being obedient and doing what you were supposed to do, because that makes all the difference for people that are visionaries in projects like this. Is, you know, when you sign up for something, actually showing up and doing what you're supposed to do. So, because the thing about it, we don't understand how important obedience is. Even when you may not know uh what you're doing or how to do it, just putting that your best foot forward and then being willing to take direction, is a lot. It is a lot, especially for us Black women. Y'all know we all strong and bullheaded, and but for everyone to put their selves aside and be willing to, take on what I presented to you all and really utilize it. And for those of you that really utilize my marketing plan and came through and did everything that was required for us to make this a success, was everything. It was just, y'all know I keep saying it every time we meet up, but you just don't know. It is really breathtaking for a visionary to be able to go through that, because so many times people sign up for these types of projects and then they have 50,000 other things going on, and sometimes it gets put on the wayside. And when we are maturing in our craft and in our brand and just in these entrepreneur streets, like I like to call it, we have to do some things that make us uncomfortable, right? We have to stretch ourselves. Sometimes we have to stay up a little later. We have to do, like, get on YouTube and learn how to do some different things to get stuff accomplished. But the fact of getting it done, y'all know how I am. I'm not really pushy, but I know how to get my point across, and so y'all did it well. So I'm just going to leave that right there. And so we are going to get into our last couple of questions. And so since you all have completed the book, what are your plans of enhancing your brand with the book? And we can continue. We can go back the other way. Coach Liz.
Well, once again, being a Christian-based female solopreneur type business, and I work primarily with women in the career field who are also working on eliminating limiting beliefs and establishing a work-life balance. This book will encourage them on that biblical, that spiritual perspective on affirming those things in their life that they want to see come into fruition, and also can assist them in their prayer life, because not everyone, we're all on different levels. So not everyone may know how to pray or know what to say when they pray. So I feel like this book is like a starting, it could be a beginner tool, Prayers and Affirmations 101, for those that haven't experienced it in the past, to bring them to a place where their spirituality is enhanced and they are inspired, empowered, educated, and equipped to live out go to their day-to-day activities and live out their life.
Yes. Dr. Felicia?
Yes. So I've already been doing it as a licensed Christian therapist. A part of that is life coaching. A part of that is mentoring. Even with the foundation, I'm uplifting women and I'm empowering women. So I'm putting this book in their hands, as a prescription. Take this book home, read these affirmations. If I was a medical doctor and I told you to take these 2 tablets, one in the morning, one in the evening, you would do that. So now I'm prescribing the affirmations. I want you to get in this book and find yourself in this book and say those affirmations in the morning and at night. And also, I can't wait for Christmas, because I'm going to do a bundle with the book and the journal. And so I can't wait to do those Christmas promotions as well.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Miss Monica?
Well, for me, I think my answer is a little different. My intake on all that is to be the book, because we like my most prevalent affirmation for me is I'm investment worthy. I'm the hands and feet of Jesus and so forth, like to be the book, but also give people, give them, because we are our brand. So it starts with us first and us just being, and then we can just give them the book, because we're exemplifying what we're saying that we are. So that's my answer. I know it's different, but
All right, that's your answer. That is your answer. But that is also a really great answer because we do always want to be the change that we want to see. And so, if you are exemplifying what's in this book, you are definitely setting an example that people need to see. And if they embrace your what you are bringing, then they have no choice but to ultimately be motivated, be inspired, and be uplifted. So that's a great answer. Mr. Nitra.
Well, I'm also doing it as well by me being a realtor and also working on LSU campus with a lot of young students that's just starting their adulthood. Um, I am telling them these affirmations. I'm letting them read the book. I'm giving them the book. So I am like encouraging them with this book and giving them something to go by, a foundation, because just starting adulthood, they think going to school is hard and homework is hard, but they not an adult to pay bills yet. So I be having to let them know, hey, read this book. I'm gonna give you some affirmations to say in the morning when we come in the office. Let's say these affirmations. So I haven't been using this book as a tool for guidance for some of my students.
Good. Now let me ask you, how does that like set the tone at work though? Like I know it should have changed your environment in a way.
Yes. Yes, it really changes. And they also, and I know it changes because they always say, I had you on my mind. I was going through something last night and I just said those affirmations and I really felt good. So I know that it's changing lives. So that makes it even better. And when they come in the office, it's like a more positive vibe now. When you even when other people come in my area, in my space where my people, my students are compared to the other spaces, they be like, oh, it feels so different down here. So I just know that's what it is.
Yes. 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 I like that. Oh, y'all are doing great. So for me and how I am uh implementing the book in my brand. So of course this is the book and how I implemented in my brand, of course, is we host well, of course, we have the FemPreneurs Society, which is a community that was built around this book. So that is one way that I utilize the book in my brand. Um, we have built the community, and so on every Monday we host a clubhouse room to affirm, align, and activate our businesses, well, our faith in business. And so this book is what I use to teach on in clubhouse. And so that is one way that I'm using it. The other way is, of course, as a bundle package. Now, we have a journal that matches our book, Fempreneur Notes, and it's just a free writing journal with some blank. I know y'all probably can't see this because of my light, but it's just some blank lined pages. Um, But because I know that most people who read or who are entrepreneurs or mentors or something of that sort, they love to write. Like we need a way to reflect what we have read. And so that was the purpose of the journal. And so I am bundling them together and selling them as presents, gifts, whatever you want to use them for, just like Dr. Felicia. And for Christmas, the holidays, I am going to push this set along with some other products that I have, of course, but this will be my spotlight product for the holidays, especially as gifts for those that are women and specifically entrepreneurs. So that is what I will be doing with the book. So, ladies, this has been amazing, amazing, amazing to discuss with y'all our book. Um, I want to I think I have asked all of the questions that I'm going to ask for tonight, but I would love for each of you to give us some parting words. And also, on top of your parting words, tell us how to connect with you. Tell us your contact information. And if you have any upcoming events or projects that we need to be looking out for so that we can support you, make sure that you include that as well. So we will go backwards and we will start with Miss Thanitra. So you can give us your final thoughts and your contact info.
So my final thoughts are buy the book. Um, that keep your head up. And even if you're going through something, you're just going through it, you're not stuck. So just keep that in mind. And you can also reach me if you want to talk, if you want to pray, if you want a house, buy a house, sell a house. You can reach me at Thanitra Smith, www.thanitrasmith.com, or I'm on Instagram as I am a real estate matchmaker. So just contact me and I'm here.
All right,
All
Miss
right,
Monica.
Miss Monica.
My parting words is continue to dream big, continue to go forth in God, and just be all that He has created you to be. And my contact information, you can find me on Facebook under Monica Regina Jones. My email is jonesmonica564 at yahoo.com. I'm also on Instagram. It's Monreg Jones, and I'm also on Clubhouse, the same Monreg Jones. So thank you for having me, Nadia.
You are very welcome, Miss Monica. Dr. Felicia.
I am Dr. Felicia Young. You can reach me on all the socials. You can find me at 411 for women. That's the number 4, the number 1, the number 1, FOR women on all your socials. Also, I have a Facebook group called I4T, and that is Information for Transformation. We would love to have you join the group. We're transforming lives every single day. You can also reach me if you're looking for a place to fellowship on Sundays at Heavenly Hope Ministries at 8:30 and 10:30 a.m. And then next year, March 31st through April 3rd, we have a renewed woman experience in Destin, Florida. It's going to be a Power Pack weekend. You don't want to miss it. If you want to break but get empowered at the same time, consider that as well. And don't forget to get the book.
Absolutely. Coach Liz.
Good evening. Parting words are this book will help you to become inspired in your spiritual journey. It'll help you to become empowered in your day-to-day living. And it will also encourage you through life's trials and situations. I am Coach Liz. I am a career and personal development coach. You can also buy the bundle package from myself at www.wisdomforlife101.com/resources. Visit me on social media sites at selfinvest101. And why self-invest? Because you are your greatest investment. Upcoming, I will be starting a group called the Lotus Tribe. And if you are familiar with the lotus, it is a flower that has to go through struggles and challenges to emerge to the surface of muddy water and blossom into this beautiful flower. So that is typically the women that I serve, women who have gone through trials and tribulations, but have struggled not to be victims, but victors. They've overcome their challenges. So this beautiful lotus flower reflects the women that I serve. So look for the Lotus Tribe on Facebook, coming soon within the next month or two before the end of the year. I'm also on LinkedIn, and I have a clubhouse room called Kingdom Living, Mondays at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I would love to have you join me there. Thank you.
Yes, y'all heard it right here. Power Conversations podcast. We have the amazing co-authors of Powerful Affirmations for FemPreneurs, y'all. We have had a wonderful book discussion tonight with these amazing ladies. So make sure you reach out and connect with them. We have the Real Estate Matchmaker. We have 411 for Women. We have Self Invest 101. And these are their Instagram handles that I am shouting out. And our sister Monica had to leave out, but she is Monica Regina Jones on Instagram. And y'all, of course, myself, you can follow me at Aries INTL on Instagram. We are also accepting members to the FemPreneur Society. And so I have added our website, www.fempreneurssociety.org/join, for you to join our free networking group. And also join us every Monday in our clubhouse room, the Fempreneur Club, where we come together to align, affirm, and activate our faith surrounding our businesses. Y'all, we also have a Facebook group called the Fempreneur Society. But once you join on our website, you will be added to all of these groups and privileged to all of the information that we circulate there. You also have the information for the retreat there, the Renew Woman Experience, Gulf Shores, Alabama, y'all, March 31st through April 3rd, 2022. So we are super excited about that. We only have about 5 more slots left. We are still taking the deposits for that, but this retreat is an intimate recharge for the kingdom businesswoman. So you want to be a part of this. We have so many amazing events and sessions planned for the weekend. And so y'all follow us. Make sure that you are in the loop, because we are going to be doing some more amazing things in the year to come. Continue to follow us on this tour this month. We have a few more stops. Our next stop is Tuesday on the Vera Thomas Show. So you can definitely tune in here on Aries International page. I will share it out. Some of our ladies will be visiting with the wonderful Miss Vera Thomas, interviewing, of course, about this wonderful project. So once again, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. We did have, before I get off, I'm going to tell y'all who chimed in on our comments. We had our sister, Miss Celeste Payne, and we had our Southern Lab classmate, Sharon Pearl, my girl. She says, look at my classmates. Y'all's gift looks good on y'all. Thank you, Queen. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you, Sister
you.
Celeste, for
Thank you, Sister
reaching
Celeste.
out. Yes, thank you for tuning in. Thank y'all. I hope that you share this out to your supporters. But otherwise, thank y'all for joining us, and we will be back next week on the Vera Thomas Show for the continuance of the She Conquers Author Tour. Y'all have a blessed night.